Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my rendition of the middle grade book tag created by Amanda from The Curly Reader. I have not been tagged by anyone, but I am participating in middle grade March, so I thought this would be a good one to do. So question number 1 is, what is the last middle grade book you read? Now, I'm going to give 2 as an answer for this one because one of them I started first but finished second. The other one I started and finished in the middle of it. And the first of these is Percy Jackson's and the Olympians, The Battle of the Labyrinth. I'm currently reading this with my cousin Naomi and my sister Megan. They both have channels, I'll link them down below. We started this book a while ago and finished it a couple of days ago, so yeah, this one counted, and I really enjoy this book. It's quite high up on my list of favorite Percy Jackson books, and I do really love the series, so, you know. It's the penultimate book of the first series, and yeah, things are starting to get intense. Like, the whole series never takes danger lightly, I would say, but it's really starting to hit home in this story. And the second book is The Fowl Twins by Eoin Colfer. This book I started and finished in a space of, I think, 3 days? 2 days? 3 days. 3. Which is very, very fast for me. I was listening to the audiobook, so that certainly helped. But regardless, it's telling how quickly I finished this book. I really enjoyed it. I'll probably do a full review of it at some point because I do have a lot to say on this one, but I'm not going to say too much. This is actually part of my TBR for middle grade March specifically. So yeah, I was very glad that I was able to get through it that quickly. Question number 2, what is a middle grade book that someone read to you as a child? I'm going to go with The Island of Adventure by Enid Blyton. I actually have had this book read to me a couple of times over the course of my childhood. I can't remember a ton about it, but I do remember enjoying it. From what I can remember, it's about 2 sets of siblings, a brother and a sister in both cases, working together to, I think, try and find a treasure that is on a lost island. Or no, it's on an island and there are pirates involved or something. I can't remember all the details, I'm sorry, it's been a long time, but I do remember enjoying that book. Number 3, what was your favorite middle grade book as a child? Any of the Chronicles of Narnia books. My favorite as a little kid was probably Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Now it's either Prince Caspian or Voyage of the Dawn Treader, it switches. But yeah, I absolutely love these books, and I always have since from the moment I first started hearing their stories. I actually have a full series about these that I'm working on called Drawn into Narnia. I'll link the first one down below. And I basically am analyzing the whole series. I just finished up with Prince Caspian, so there's only a couple of the books covered there so far, but I will be continuing on to do the rest. Well, I'll need that in a few minutes anyway. Number 4, what is your favorite middle grade book as an adult? That's a really hard question for me because I do read a lot of middle grade, and it's honestly a 4-way tie between not even a book, but a couple of series and then 1 or 2 standalones. So I'm gonna list a bunch that I love because I honestly can't pick. For a start, we have the whole Percy Jackson series by Riordan. Yeah, I love this one. The Lightning Thief is my favorite of the 5, although I do also love Battle of the Labyrinth, Titan's Curse, all of them really. And then next up we have Artemis, Fowl by Eoin Colfer, specifically the first book, but the whole series, honestly. I do love the whole series. The only one that I even kind of have problems with is the 7th one, and even that one I really like. And then we have C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia, which again, I'll link my discussion videos regarding those down below. And finally, we have The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, which I love this book. This is the one that I discovered most recently, and I love it so much. I have kind of a first thoughts video that I made when I was partway through the book, and I'll link that down below. Number 5, who is your favorite middle grade author? That's going to be a tie between Rick Riordan and Eoin Colfer. I would say C.S. Lewis as well, honestly, but because a lot of his work isn't middle grade, I don't really classify him specifically as a middle grade author, whereas these two, the vast majority of their stuff that I'm aware of is for middle grade, so yeah. Number 6, what middle grade book do you think should be required reading in school? I'm going to go with Peter Pan. Now, I know that I've heard of people who hate this book, and honestly fair, it's not for everyone. But I personally love this book, and the reason why I think it should be required is because it's thought-provoking, it makes you think, and also, it's not what you're expecting from the movies. I'm sorry, I like some of the movies, but I also really hate others, and I'm sorry to say that Disney falls into the latter category with me. Mostly because it's very different from the book, so I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It is a good movie. I just don't like it. But anyway, that's beside the point. This book, it's very, very dreamlike, but it also makes you think about a lot of different things. It does make you think about youth, but also the nature of growing up, and it doesn't actually paint growing up as being a purely bad thing, which you would kind of think for a character like Peter. Peter actually almost acts as a cautionary tale in a lot of ways, because, yeah, like, he has a heroic streak, but he's also, he's not a nice kid all the time, shall we say. And this book kind of shows some of the negative as well as positive results of growing up in this environment. So yeah, Peter Pan. Number 7, what is your favorite middle grade book cover? And yeah, this one's another tie. First up, we have this specific Artemis Fowl cover. This book has, I think, 3 or 4 different covers, maybe even 5 now, I'm not sure. But this one is my favorite because it really captures Artemis's personality in this book. Like, he's kind of a maniacal evil genius in this book, except that he has a good heart hidden deep, deep, deep underneath it all. Yeah, so I really like this cover. And the other one is this cover of the Graveyard book. You can also get this in gold, actually. But I prefer blue because blue is my favorite color, hence, you know, this. And also you can't see it, but there's more blue paintings over here as well. And it's funny because I did not realize for way longer than I care to admit that this is actually the outline of a boy's face. So yeah, I just really like this cover. And number 8, what is your favorite middle grade book to screen adaptation? There's a lot of adaptations of middle grade books, but honestly, the only one I could really think of that I especially like, and by the way, I should mention the Harry Potter movies were never in the running because I haven't actually read all of them or watched all of the movies. My memories of them are kind of vague, so that's not even a situation of if I think they're good or bad. I just don't really have the knowledge to deal with that question. That being said, there is one for me that stands out as a really incredible adaptation, and that is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the early 2000s version. So good. I'm not going to comment on the later movies because that's an entirely different situation, but the movie of Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is spot on. They did make some changes, but they were minor and they added to the story, and they really captured the heart of the story. They didn't just retell exactly what's in the book. They actually got what it was about. They really got the dynamics between the 4 siblings. They got Aslan, they got the witch, the world of Narnia. It's amazing and I love it. That probably needs a video also at some point. We'll see. Another addition to the Drawn into Narnia series maybe. But yeah, so I love this book. I love its movie adaptation, although I actually kind of enjoy the old BBC movie version too. It's not the greatest quality, I will admit, but I grew up with it, so it has nostalgia. And yeah, so, but yeah, the early 2000s version is amazing. Also, I did not watch Lord of the Rings until much later, but having now seen both Lord of the Rings and Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, I can really see that they had a lot of the same crew. What a Workshop did a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff for both Narnia and Lord of the Rings, and I think What a Digital might have done both movies as well, which would make sense because Aslan and Gollum are both amazing. Not that other companies can't do amazing CGI, but you know. Now, since we're nearing the end of the month, I'm not going to tag anyone, but if you want to do this tag, by all means, consider yourself tagged. Have a wonderful day, you guys, and also, what kind of middle grade books do you love to read? What would your answers to these questions be, if you're not planning on making the video yourself, of course. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Bye-bye. I started this one and finished it in a space of, ooh, sorry, dogs. Yeah, anyway. Okay.